93% of men are completely clueless when it comes to attraction. They rely on assumptions, cliches, and outdated advice to try and understand what women really want. The result is almost always the same: confusion, missed opportunities, and rejection that often goes unspoken. But what about the remaining 7%? What do they understand that most men never see? They understand the system, not through manipulation, but through awareness. Today, you're part of that 7%. We're going to explore 11 psychological truths about women that most men have never learned. These are principles that influence attraction, connection, and genuine desire. This isn't about tricks or games. It's about communicating in a language that their minds and biology already respond to naturally. Let's start with a truth that completely defies logic. First fact: women fall in love through their sense of smell. It's instinctive, primal. Studies show that women have almost 50% more neurons dedicated to smell than men. When a woman is drawn to your natural scent, a sign of genetic compatibility, her subconscious attraction increases significantly. That's why a clean, subtle, and authentic fragrance has more impact than any witty line you could say. This leads us to the second fact. Women are strongly attracted to men who set boundaries. Boundaries function as an emotional framework. A man with clear boundaries isn't cold or distant. He conveys self-respect and stability. He doesn't chase or beg. He connects from a place of fulfillment. This creates security. She doesn't need to manage your emotions, and that freedom allows attraction to flow. It's not about being inaccessible, but about being difficult to unsettle. Third fact: women often feel attraction before they show it. Many women only consider romantic interest after first sensing yours. Since direct rejection can be risky, they tend to communicate through signals rather than explicit declarations. Your role isn't to interrogate or force clarity. Your role is to observe and respond calmly and confidently. The fourth fact explains something you've probably noticed but never put into words: pre-selection. Women tend to be subconsciously more attracted to men who are already desired by other women. It's a biological shortcut for assessing value. It's not about pretending, but about building a genuinely rich social life. When you're a man who values others and is valued in turn, even by women, attraction arises naturally. So how does he test or demonstrate interest? Here's the fifth fact. Playful teasing is a way of assessing your composure. When he makes light-hearted comments at your expense, he's not being cruel. He's testing your confidence. Will you crumble? Will you react defensively? The appropriate response is to play along with a relaxed sense of humor, a confident smile, a calm comment. It shows that your inner stability isn't fragile. What could have been a test transforms into a moment of connection. Fact 6. Her primary language is usually non-verbal. Words are just the surface. Is her body oriented toward you? Does she hold eye contact a second longer than usual? Is there a casual, almost accidental brush of yours? These are ways her conscious mind allows her subconscious interest to express itself. Learn to read these signals and stop guessing. Start moving with purpose. The seventh fact is key to intimacy. Compliment her intentionally, not out of habit. Notice the details. Her earrings, the way she expressed a well-thought-out idea. Even when giving a more intimate compliment, it's not just about the physical, but about demonstrating deep attention. You're communicating. I see the thought behind who you are. This leads us directly to the eighth fact, the foundation of everything. Emotional connection is the gateway for most women. Physical attraction usually arises as a result of emotional security and intellectual alignment. It's built not by acting, but by showing genuine curiosity. Ask about the meaning behind her stories. Listen to understand, not just to respond. This way, you stop being an option and become a destination. Ninth fact. Her friends act as advisors. Their opinions aren't background noise, they're relevant information. Building a respectful and authentic relationship with them isn't about trying to impress. It's about demonstrating social intelligence and emotional awareness. Show that you understand she's part of a network, not an isolated individual. The 10th fact acts as a practical filter. Beware of transactional dates. A considerable number of women admit to accepting dates solely for perks like free meals. Protect your time and your energy. Starts with simple encounters that require little investment, but allow you to connect. A walk, a coffee. This focuses her interest on you, not your resources. And finally, fact number 11. When she's upset, she needs your presence, not solutions. The male instinct is often to fix things. The more evolved response is to connect. When she distances herself, it's often a test. Will you respond with patience and empathy, or with frustration and withdrawal? Listening calmly without rushing to solve anything builds more trust than any grand gesture. Saying, "That sounds difficult? Tell me more," creates a much deeper bond than giving advice. These 11 truths are not just a list. They are expressions of a specific mindset, that of calm and perceptive leadership. The Stoic man doesn't use psychology to manipulate outcomes. He uses it to understand reality. He knows that attraction isn't conquered. It's attracted with presence, respect, and firm self-control. Stop trying to become what you think she wants. Become a profound, clear, and genuinely curious man. Understand his nature, master yours, and watch the dynamic shift. You won't just become more attractive.